Welcome to Lesson 2 of Developing Global Citizenship Education Lesson Exemplars, or GLE, a guide to pedagogy and practice. In this video lesson, we will now focus on the Philippine GCED indicators. Again, I am Professor Gerry Areta, your facilitator. In this session, we will go over the following topics. First, the drivers in developing a national framework for GCED. Second, I will walk you through the Paghabi framework. Third, the Philippine GCED indicators. And the ways forward. The national framework for GCED aims for the following: deepen understanding of what constitutes GCED and how it should be developed and integrated in the basic education curriculum. Two is to provide a clear direction for the development and integration of GCED in the various learning areas while enunciating the national and global vision. The framework is derived from the different requirements and contexts, both globally and nationally, to enable the curriculum, teachers, and most importantly, the learners to attain the three important dimensions of a global citizen. A key component of attaining SDG 4 is GCED, which aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and encourage opportunities for lifelong learning for all. Particularly, in the SDG 4, we have Target 4.7, which outlines the importance of education for sustainable development and emphasizes GCED's guiding principles. The UNESCO APCU identified the five themes of GCED as follows: human rights, peace and conflict, respect for diversity, globalization and social justice, and sustainable development. These competencies and themes can be translated in an education which provides a dynamic, holistic, and lifelong process. To attain global citizenship goals, the four pillars of education for the 21st century provides the guide by educating young people in learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live together. This provides a dynamic, holistic, and lifelong process through which mutual respect, understanding, caring and sharing, compassion, social responsibility, acceptance, and tolerance of diversity among individuals and groups are internalized and practiced together to solve problems and to work towards a just and free, peaceful, and democratic society. Education 4.0, a product of Industrial Revolution 4.0, which provided the shift from traditional classrooms to full utilization of technology, will enable learning anytime and anywhere. E learning tools and applications pave opportunities for remote and self paced learning. Modification of classroom teaching will emerge as technology makes learning more accessible. GCED becomes more relevant, and Education 4.0 as technology in education should be balanced with acquisition of knowledge and understanding about global, regional, and local issues. Also, in terms of the Education 4.0, it highlights the different 21st century skills such as learning and innovation skills. So we have the four C's: creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication. Literacy skills, the MIT, or the media, information, and technology literacy. And the life and career skills, wherein we have flips: flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. So these are the global contexts included in the national framework for GCED. In terms of the national context, we include the Philippine Constitution, the 1987 Philippine Constitution, wherein it has the declaration of the national principle and state policies of the Philippines, which resonates the values and concepts akin to GCED elements like peace, justice, and human rights. The articulation of these principles provide a strong grounding on the promotion of global citizenship education. The initiative taken by the Department of Education, known as the Sulong Edukalidad, assures the aspiration for quality education amidst the external and lifelong process of learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live together. The program focuses on aggressive reforms in basic education to raise the quality of country's basic education, which are to address the challenge to change the way learners are taught, to produce new breed of learners, to upgrade capacity of teachers, and to improve facilities and equipment. Education 5.0, as a product of the Industrial Revolution, provides the shift from the traditional classrooms to full utilization of technology that will enable learning anytime, anywhere. That's why we are now having from a, from a brick and mortar traditional classroom going to classrooms beyond the walls. Likewise, the declaration of an explicit Philippine core values via the national motto under the RA 8491 strengthens the link of GCED values and Philippine values of makajos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. The GCED values of peace, justice, and sustainability perfectly complements the Filipino characteristics of God-fearing, humane, pro-environment, and nationalistic. Another national context is the Ambisyon Natin 2040, which is a representation of the collective long-term vision and aspirations of the Filipino people, and for the country provides an additional context in weaving the GCED concepts within the Filipino perspective. Considering the Filipino citizens' aspirations to enjoy a strongly rooted, comfortable, and secure life serves as a solid foundation of identifying the kind of life that people want to live. Knowing the Filipino aspiration provides a strong connection for integration. Adopting GSED in the Philippine Basic Education K to 12 curriculum, the paghabi or weaving is structured with the five threads: international, local context, GSED pedagogies and approaches, the whole curriculum strategies, and the GSED. Under the GSED pedagogies and approaches, we have the six uh, which should be highlighted: holistic and interdisciplinary. GSED pedagogy should be more on the dialogue and participation coming from the different stakeholders. The critical empowerment, it should be multimodal, it should form values, and what we are being taught through the GCED pedagogies and approaches should be applicable and relevant to the life of a Filipino. The Paghabi framework recognizes the whole school approach, which refers to the context and appropriateness of the learning experiences among the Filipino learners, with its elements as enabling factors directly and indirectly facilitating the development of GCED learning domains among the students. These enabling factors are learning materials and technologies, learning environments, learning area or subject, grade level or key stage, the K to 12 curriculum, assessment and evaluation, partnership and linkages, and local community engagement. The framework, Paghabi, emphasizes that the goal for Filipino learners is for them to be globally adaptive and competent, which means that the ultimate goal of K to 12 curriculum for Filipino learners by optimizing a whole world approach that is recognizes the importance of other countries' best practices in various fields or interests across contexts. This dichotomy of global competencies that are driven by two forces of global citizenship from within and outside. Global citizenship mula sa loob refers to factors that influence the Filipino learners to identify themselves from their socio-political origins, cultural roots, and consciousness to puzzle out their significance for an inclusive community of global citizens. It is founded on his deep understanding of the concept of kapwa among Filipino learners. Global citizenship education indicators are developed for the Philippines are based on the three domains of learning: the cognitive, socio-emotional, and behavioral. As said in the GCED outcomes, the UNESCO Global Citizenship Education topics and learning objectives provided the guidance in crafting the uh, and adapting the domains, competencies, indicators, and topics of GCED in the Philippine K 12 curriculum. The outcomes for GCED are as follows. To attain these outcomes, we need to focus on the three domains, wherein an individual learner should be informed and critically literate, respectful of diversity, socially connected, and characterizes the values of makajos, makatao, makakabayan, at makakalikasan with a sense of belonging to a common humanity, and ethically responsible and engaged actors for transformation. In terms of the cognitive domain, the following are the GSED indicators. For socio-emotional, for behavioral, so within this criteria, these indicators that we aim our Filipino learners should be able to adopt and embody. Here are the themes or topics that we can include when it comes to GSED integration in our curriculum. So GSED can be seen in terms of the topic local, national, and global in this theme, local, national, and global systems, structures, and processes. The following are the topics under this theme: underlying assumptions and power dynamics, historical development of global systems and structures, interconnectedness of global, national, and local systems, globalization, processes, and challenges. Another theme is culture and intercultural relations. The topics under this theme are as follows: identity formation, protection, recognition, and advancement in multicultural societies, cultural expressions and intercultural exchanges and communication, diversity, coexistence, indigenization, and local communities, and discrimination based on gender, ethnicity, disabilities, and religious beliefs. The third theme is about environmental protection and sustainability. We have the following topics under this theme: environment and natural resources, environmental justice, risks and policies, environmental practices and behaviors, and climate change, biodiversity, and sustainable development. The fourth among the five themes is socioeconomic development and interdependence. The topics under this theme are as follows: economic interaction and interdependence, inclusivity and equitable development, human capital development and equal opportunities, health issues affecting interaction and connectedness of communities at local, national, and global levels. And the last among the themes is institutions conflicts, social justice, and human rights. The topics under this theme are promotion and advancement of peace, political participation and engagement, human rights and humanitarian law, and prevention of conflicts, cultural inequities, and hate crimes. So we hope you can use the Philippine GCED indicators in planning your lesson through mapping the curriculum topics um, which fall under the GCED themes and topics.